Alright, so right now we're playing Little No Man's Sky, and, uh, well, what I want to do right now is I'm trying to discover all the creatures on this world, but for some fucking reason, I just cannot get these goddamn underground fauna to spawn in. I don't know why. I think it's probably broken or something. At least I think it's broken. For the past, like, year or two, or I would say, like, ever since this game came out, it's almost impossible for these things to spawn in, like any like underground creatures. Like I can never get them to spawn in. Like it's super rare. Well, yeah, obviously they're rare, but just like still though, I think it's a little too rare. Like it might be kind of glitched because they just don't spawn in, and it's just really freaking annoying. Especially when you're trying to discover all the creatures and get all the nanites and shit, like I am right now. I'm trying to get like 3,000, which is really gonna help me out. But still, though, as you can see, like I did a little mining right now. This is gonna be like a little experiment, like a test to see if I could get them to spawn in, kind of like manipulate their spawning parameters, maybe. And so far we got these guys down here, but I don't know if they're underground creatures though. Yeah, they don't look the same. I don't know. Also, I'm kind of sick too, so yeah, that's kind of why I sound weird right now. Okay, so yeah, like, I got two of them already. Uncommon, underground, always active. So somehow I got these to spawn in. It's just the rare ones. I don't know how to get them to spawn in. It's so weird. I don't know. I could probably make the cave bigger though, but I doubt it's gonna do anything. A lot of people say online that they just stick around and shit until they show up, and I really don't want to do that. I want to play the game. I don't want to like sit around for hours on end just to like get a creature to spawn in. I think that's bad gameplay. So like this game has gotten a ton of updates in the past year or two, or like and obviously in the past decade. I think this game's been out, and still like I think out of all the things that should be updated and improved and worked on, I think it should be like the creature spawning, or just like mechanics revolving around like the fauna and stuff in the creatures. Maybe even adding like a new cave generation system, because like yeah, it's just like the amount of time you have to spend just like waiting around looking for these things. It's just yeah, I think it's just too long. I think it's kind of bad for the gameplay. It's just like messes up like the flow of the gameplay, I guess. If that makes sense. I just don't like it. That's just one of the things I don't like about the game. Personally, it's not an enjoyable experience. Some people say, oh, you have to wait outside the cave. Some people say you have to wait inside the cave. And I'm here. I'm just like, dude, just like, why can't they just make the spawning better? Like, come on, man. People will say shit like, oh, you also have to kill overworld creatures, and if you do that, you can spawn in the cave creatures, I guess. I don't really know if that works, but we can try that out right now. We'll have to, like, make every other creature go fucking extinct, I guess. The guy's not, he's not happy with me. Let me kill that guy, okay. Yeah, it's just... Right now I usually don't play this game. I usually play Minecraft, but, right now I'm feeling a little sick, so I thought I'd just, like, do something. I'd probably play, like, another game, so I can just... a game that I can just turn my brain off and play while I'm not playing Minecraft, basically. But yeah, as you can see right now, nope, they're not spawning in, so I guess you have to make them go extinct, which is kind of sad if you think about it. Did they go extinct? Nope, not yet. maybe we'll try killing these creatures right here too. Don't know if that's gonna help anything. Man, this planet is really annoying. I'm still fairly early on in the game, so I don't have like all the protection and everything. Yeah, I really like this game, but the one thing I just don't enjoy doing is the scanning and shit. I just hate doing it. I feel like, yeah, just scanning every single mineral, plant, and fauna creature just gets really tedious and repetitive. And I really hope maybe in the future they'll have some kind of update that gives you more tools when it comes to like creature discovery. Creature discovery, planet discovery, like, you know, orbital satellites, like orbital scanners. You know, you can just scan a whole planet's surface from your like space station or your spaceship, capital ship, whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool, actually. It'd be a pretty cool progression. Nothing's spawning in right now. This is a pretty big cave too. Like, I don't even know like how big the cave needs to be for them to spawn in. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, that's not like a factor in all this. We can go back to my ship though. Let's select. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll just spawn in by chance. And if not, yeah, it's not too bad. Like, I'm not gonna make this like a long video or anything. This is just gonna be like a short, like, sort of like experiment, like rants kind of, like just a vlog kind of video, like type of video, I think. But yeah, I don't think I see anything right now. It doesn't help that the planet's kind of going through this storm right now. And there's some creatures spawning in. It's so weird because like you usually don't have trouble like finding overworld creatures or like underwater creatures as much as you do like cave creatures, so it's really weird. It's like, and it's been like this for years now. Like, I don't know why it's so difficult to find these things. I know it's rare, I know they say they're rare and everything, but still. It's even less efficient to just like travel around on your spaceship and find them. But maybe I'm just playing it wrong. Like, I know some people play this game long term, so it's like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna stick around on this planet for like a week until they show up, and it's like, yeah, that's just not my playstyle. I like to stick around worlds, but like not for a huge amount of time. Especially just doing one task or one thing like this. Like, this is like pretty boring, pretty like tedious to do. And yeah, it makes me feel sad because I really like this game. But I do not like how they implemented this. I could go and I could find another cave, but, you know, we really don't have any concisive, you know, just knowledge of how, like, the spawning system works, so it's like, I don't know. there should be like one big giant cave. I feel like there should be bigger cave systems because the caves are really small in this game. Like they're abnormally small. You'd expect this game to have like huge caves, but it really doesn't. So like maybe in the future, you know, they'll give the player a chance to find giant cave systems, and from there, you know, that'd be the go-to way of finding these things, because, yeah, like, as you can see, 11 of 12 discovered, and I can't get my fucking, my nanites. I want to get my 3,000 nanites. I want my nanites. I'm starting to run out of batteries. So let's take a look at this. Uncommon, underground, always active. Always active. Underground. But they're rare though, that's the thing. But it's like, how rare do they need to be? Should I just like kill these other mobs? Like there's just not enough like info, like information that can help us. Well, that could help me. Kind of just like doing whatever, basically. Yep, pretty big cave. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty big cave, so it's like, I don't know why they're not spawning in. It's so weird. Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is actually crazy. So yeah, these guys are spawning in. You know what we're gonna do? I guess maybe what we can try doing is... Okay, so... This is actually probably one of the biggest caves I found in, like, any planet so far. And not even one is spawned in yet. But a bunch of the uncommon ones are. But the funny thing is like, if there were no rare spawns, then the uncommons, they would just never spawn in either. That's the thing. Unironically, they would never spawn in. So yeah, here we are, we're just, I don't know how long this video is going to be at this point, like, I guess we'll go for another minute. But we spent like however long just like wasting time looking for this stuff. And not that that's like a bad thing either, it's like, I don't mind taking time to like look for stuff like this, but like, it's just compared to like the other fauna, how long it takes to find them, it's nowhere near this long. Like, it seems like the spawn rates are just astronomically lower than normal creature spawn rates for some reason. And even if people don't think it is, like, I honestly think it's a bug. I think this video is just going to be like an example, like an actual like example of how bad the spawn rates are for these things, because like, dude, like, this is just kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, I don't know, maybe Sean Murray will find this and we'll see like what he thinks. Like, I don't know, if you're out there, man, like, Am I wrong? Is this how it's supposed to be? Because this just feels kind of ridiculous. Like, we're not even on the overworld, and yet we got more overworld creatures spawning in than down here. Like, is this the intended, just like, I don't know. Is this actually intended? Because it doesn't feel like it. I actually do think it's bugged. And yeah, this is like one of the largest caves, actually. Unironically, this is the largest cave I've been in. And again, I apologize. My voice is really terrible right now. I'm kind of sick. And I'm just playing this game just to like turn my head off, just turn my brain off and have something to do. So yeah, only 2 right now. I guess maybe what we could do is I don't see anything with creature spawn rates. I don't know. So some creatures are spawning down here. Okay. I'll leave the game a few more times. Like 2 more times. Let's see, any luck? See if you got lucky. I'll try walking around a little bit, see if that does anything. Yeah, they look pretty rare. Like they are just not spawning in. I'm just surprised we're even getting the uncommons to spawn in, because I feel like the uncommons will never spawn in either. So maybe the way it works is that like uncommons will prevent the rares from spawning, just to make you waste more time trying to find them. Who knows, maybe this whole thing is like a time sink, kind of like, you know, how it is when it comes to discovering the whole language. Like the time it takes to learn an entire language 3 times is probably like the most, I think in the entire game, it's one of the most like tedious things to do. I'm not finding anything. I'll try one more time. Of course, quitting the game could also prevent me from finding them. That could be a factor. Maybe like quitting the game kind of messes up the way the game works. But yeah, it's just kind of annoying because you can find all the creatures pretty quickly, and you can just move on to other planets and stuff. The only real problem I have with like scanning and categorizing all the plants and minerals and creatures that, like, I spend more time finding creatures and collecting and categorizing them all, documenting them all, than I do with plants and minerals. Like, it's almost impossible to get all plants and minerals because of just how many there are and how hard it is to, like, find all of them. Like, you really have to know what you're looking for. Because, like, even some plants, like the sodium plants, the oxygen plants, and, like, the deoxites, they count towards, like, discovery for some reason. I don't know why, but they do. Okay, well, it looks like I'm not gonna find anything right now. And yeah, it's no big deal. I don't care. I really don't care. It's just I find it kind of annoying that these creatures, for some reason, they just don't spawn in. They feel almost too rare. Like, it feels like they're so rare, they just don't even spawn in. But I don't know if that's intended or not. Deep down, like, even if it is, I feel like it's still a little bit too... They're a little bit too rare, because I just feel like you honestly want to spend more time doing other stuff on the planet than, like, sit around and wait for these things to spawn in. It's just kind of ridiculous. I feel like the system is just kind of archaic, so maybe one day the team will look into updating and improving the way discovery works, or how creatures spawn in and stuff. Or just give you more tools that comes to, like, scanning and discovering and cataloging stuff. That would be kind of cool. Because, yeah, this is just kind of boring. This is really tedious. I really hate this. But yeah, that's it. I pretty much said all I had to say. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. I'll keep you guys updated.